Hey, I want to talk about common sense because it appears to be a dying thing. And I don't understand that. I don't, I mean, there's just not common sense in the world anymore. I don't understand it. I mean, if the stove is hot, don't touch it. Um, if the lake is frozen, don't walk on it. Uh, if it's bleached, don't drink it. I don't understand why Americans have such a problem with common sense. And I look at the world around me and I'm just amazed at some of the stuff going on. Um, I'm totally amazed at how people will sign up for jobs and then be pissed off that they have to work. It's like, what in the world? I mean, common sense. You filled out an application, you put down the hours, you did an interview, you discussed what you would be doing and what would be expected of you, and you accepted the responsibility when you accepted the job. Yet, people will be on this job that they signed up for, agreed to do, and accepted as their responsibility, and then have an attitude with the customers that come in to buy stuff. I'm totally amazed. There have been stores, restaurants, Uber drivers, taxi cabs. I have experienced this in all walks of life. I shit you not. Hotel clerks, hotel cleaning staff, the maid service. Did you not fill out an application? Go through an interview and accept the responsibility of that job. Did you not? Did somebody abduct you? Force you into this job? And then demand you take that paycheck at the end of the week? Or 2 weeks, whenever you get paid. Common sense, people. When you're at a restaurant, do not take your less than 1-year-old or 1-year-old, place them on the table, and change their clothes or diaper. Why would you do that? Why? Just common sense, you know? When you are in a grocery store, do not allow your little prodigies to run around like blithering idiots who not only have any common sense, but they act like they have no home training. They act like they are motherless and fatherless, and they act like they are raising themselves. And God knows, maybe they are. Common sense alert here, people. Maybe these children are raising themselves. I've seen situations where the children are raising the parents. Common sense. Not in that household. You know, anytime little Johnny can look at mommy and go, F you, I ain't doing it. And she goes, oh my God, little Johnny's not feeling good today. Yeah, little Johnny wouldn't be feeling good when I was done with him either. But that's a whole nother video. Because, yeah, common sense there, buddy. I'm not going to have a child talk to me any kind of way. And I've got 4 to prove it. And I've got 4 decent members, productive members of society who will not be partaking in your tax dollars as far as food stamps, as far as public housing, as far as jail time goes. Um, but anyway, that's a whole nother video in itself too. I don't understand in today's day and age how some things just aren't common sense. Again, if the stove is hot, why would you put your hand on it? I mean, if you want to, I'm going to stand back and watch. I'm going to stand back and watch because I just don't get it. You know, we allow people to treat us any kind of way. And we don't speak up and we don't say anything. And it's basically a reflection of how they treat the most important people in their world. Because let me tell you something. If your child does not respect you, it's a surefire bet that child's not going to respect me. That's common sense. Common sense. You know, before I married my husband, I observed very closely how he talked to his mother and his sister. I paid very close attention to the relationship with his father, because the relationship with his father let me know how he was going to treat my male sons, my male children. And his relationship with his sister and his mother was a spot-on indication of how he would treat me and my female children. And it's just common sense. If he would not have shown respect for his mother, he would not have had any respect for me. That's common sense, people. So, when you're dating someone, pay very close attention to how they treat the important same-sex people in their life. If you are dating a male, then pay attention to how that male treats his mother. If you are a female dating, if you are a male dating a female, pay attention to how she treats her mother, her father, and if she came from a single parent home, pay attention to how she treats her mother. Pay attention to how she treats her siblings. Because if she disrespects them, you're next. You are absolutely next. Because, see, this kind of training starts at home. And if it's not in the home and it's not instilled in the child, then you're next. You're next. If your mate, if my husband was able to look at his mother and go F-U-B, I'd have been out of there. I would have been out of there, wouldn't have gave it a second thought, wouldn't have gave it a second chance, wouldn't have gave it a second minute, let alone a second day. Wouldn't have thought twice about, pew, bye-bye, buddy. Because if you will disrespect the important people in your life, I'm next. That's common sense. Common sense. Common sense alert here, people. Pay attention. If you see a child in the grocery store running around like they don't have a care in the world, and they're knocking baskets and throwing balls and climbing through the the clothes rack and they're knocking stuff on the floor and nobody's telling them nothing, honey, step out of the way. Step out of the way and let that child carry on. Common sense. The parents don't pay attention to them children in public. They don't pay attention to them at home. And I guarantee you, these are the same children who are failing in school. These are the same children who will grow up to commit crimes. These are the same children who will fall by the wayside because nobody's paying them attention at home. And we can't save them all. We can't save them all. You know, you could step up and tell the parents something, but 9 out of 10, they just gonna get mad at you. Because how dare you tell them how to take care of their child? And that's how they see it, because that's their property. That's their child. And how dare you? And all that shit. Yeah, that's what they do. Because you can't tell them nothing. Because they know everything. They don't know what their child's doing. They don't know that their child's running through the store like a little donkey. They don't know that that child just damn near ran you over with a grocery cart. Because they ain't paying attention. But how dare you know it? How dare you acknowledge it? How dare you step up and say anything to that parent or that child? How dare you? But anyway, it's just common sense. It's common sense that these parents don't have. And then they have nerve to be mad at you when you do. So step back. Wait a few years. Because these are the same children who are being embarrassed at school. That's right. They're being embarrassed at school because their mama and daddy ain't paid, if they got a daddy, or if they got a mama. It could be grandma, auntie, uncle, who knows. And didn't pay their lunch bill. So they're sitting at school hungry and embarrassed because they can't eat. And the other children know they can't eat because, you know, their bill wasn't paid and they're embarrassed. So now that's why they're acting out. But, you know, common sense. Common sense. You know, and you can't pay the lunch bill with the food stamp. So, you know, and these people don't want to get off their asses and go get jobs. Common sense. You ain't got enough money, go get some. Go make some. Get your ass a job. You know, there's so many jobs you could do nowadays, and you don't have to be very highly educated to do them. You know, but common sense. It's a dying thing. Common sense. It's a dying damn thing. And I'm sure, trust me, I'm sure that there is somebody going to leave me a comment and tell me how wrong I am because I've offended them. Because 9 out of 10, I have exactly hit the nail on the head and pinpointed them. And it pissed them off. It pissed them off because they know I'm talking exactly about you. And so, you want to leave a comment, you want to give me a thumbs down, I don't care, go ahead. I don't care. Go on and show your ignorance in my comment section. Let us know who you are. We all want to know who you are. Because I know you have time to watch this video. I know you have time to start an argument with me and blame me. Because you ain't watching your kids. You ain't watching them. You don't have a clue what they're doing. Now, I could say this, if they're old enough, they might be at school. They're probably at school telling the teacher off. They're probably at school doing who knows what. Everything but learning. Because you sure as hell don't stand behind the teacher, and if the teacher has nerve to tell you something, you all up at the school, all in the teacher's face. acting like, how dare you talk about my precious child. Your precious child, my ass. You don't have a damn clue what that child is doing. Because if you did, common sense. Common sense, that's all I'm going to say. The teacher knows. I know. The lunchroom lady knows. You ain't got no clue. Common sense, right? Common sense eludes you. How the hell can your child have common sense? You ain't got none. There's a thought. Can't give your child something you don't have. The sad part is I'm almost willing to bet that the child does have a little more sense than you. Because there are some children out there that are, rising above the raising, thank God. And they're moving on above you. And I hope in your case that's what happens. Because you see, I've seen you. I've seen you at Walmart. I've seen you at Target. I've seen you at Six Flags. I've seen you in Colorado. I've seen you in Louisiana. I've seen you in Missouri. I've seen you in Arkansas. I've seen you in Texas. I've seen you in Mississippi. I've seen you in Alabama. Your children are ignorant because you're ignorant. Your children are undereducated because you're undereducated. And it's sad. It's sad. And in these videos I get so emotional because my heart goes out to these children. My heart truly goes out to these children. I just wish I could just scoop them all up and hide them and unexpose them to the bullshit that you've exposed them to unnecessarily because of your lack of common sense. And so many children are given jobs nowadays and put in the middle of tug of wars between parents and grandparents, and these poor kids don't know if they're coming or going because there ain't a damn adult in their life that has any common sense. And I don't get it. I don't get it. How your agenda and how your ignorance and how your stupidity can outweigh the need of your own damn child. Because see, I can't outlove you when it comes to your child. I can't outthink the cuteness of your child. I can't understand your child's needs. Not deep needs. I can understand basic needs, apparently. But, half of you people don't even know your child. Common sense. But it's true. Half of you people don't have a clue about your own child. What their favorite color is, what their favorite subject is, who their favorite character is on TV, real person and or animated character. You don't have a clue as to what they like to do. You don't have a clue as to who their friends are, best friend, worst friend, annoying friend. It's common sense. This is common sense. To know that you can't just assume things about your children. Do you know what their favorite food is, their favorite chip is, their favorite candy is? Do you know in depth anything about your children? I mean, I can know what my child's favorite color is. But do you know anything in depth about your children? What their favorite kind of milk is, what their favorite kind of soda is, what their favorite kind of, flavored water is, what their favorite kind of chip is, what their favorite kind of potatoes are, what their favorite kind of macaronis are, what their favorite kind of chicken is, what their favorite kind of vegetables are, what their favorite kind of fruit is. I mean, I could tell you all this about my children. I could tell you things about my children I wish I didn't know, because we sit down and talk and have very open conversations about a lot of things. A lot of things. From, seriously, from sex to girls to family to, what they ate, what they don't want to eat. Me and my children talk about so many things. Seriously. Sometimes I wish they'd go to their daddy. You'd be surprised at the things me and my sons talk about. But it's just common sense. It's common sense. Being in tune with the people around you, whether you know them or not. I mean, when you go to the store, it's wrong to steal. That's just common sense. So why is everything else that's supposed to be common sense so hard for people to understand? And why is common sense a damn dying thing? I don't get it. I don't get why it's a dying thing. People. I'm sitting here begging. I'm sitting here imploring you. I'm sitting here, I don't even know. I'm sitting here, just bring it back. Bring it back. Bring back common sense. Do some CPR on it. Go find it. Revive it. Get the paddles out. Clear. Bring it back. Revive it. Alright, I'm going to get up from here because, yeah, I can't sit here and talk about it all day. Common sense, people. Common sense. If the stove is hot, don't touch it. If your children are ignorant, change it. And if you need help, go get it. Because when you're done with them children, society has to deal with them. And trust me, they will. They will. So, either you deal with them commonsensically now, or somebody will later. Common sense alert, people. Bring it back.